right, listen. The Commissioner's Cup is upon us. Like, as in, it's like right here. We're here. Okay, we're less than a week away. And I'm excited. I'm just excited because there's so much energy going on with the WNBA right now. All-Star Weekend was lit. We were there. Now we're moving on to another, lit festivity weekend. It's the Commissioner's Cup. We know it's the Chicago Sky against the Las Vegas Aces. Both of those teams have battled all season for the number one spot, and now they're going head-to-head. So I'm going to have my family ask me some questions about the Commissioner's Cup. So what y'all got for me?
Okay, Renee. We've seen both teams go head to head, and there's been some good battles there. And there's so much online for the Commissioner's Cup this season. So I would like to know, what do you think about how the teams match up? And let's just even break it down a little bit further. What about the big three? You know, on every game you watch, it's always the big three, the big three. So who are the big three for Chicago, and who are the big three for Las Vegas, and how do they go up head to head?
Okay. Snooker Booker said I'll get the party started. All right, so that's actually a really good question, Snooker Booker, because most good teams, as she's alluding to, have a big three. I also think that's why the big three is called the big three, because there's only three players, or is there? I don't know. But the big three has that name because usually if you have that 3-point attack, you're going to be a good team. So I don't even know if Chicago and the Aces have a big three. They might have a big four, big five, because let me just break it down, okay? So I can help you understand what I'm saying. So let's start with Chicago Sky. They have a point guard in Courtney Vandersloot, who may go down as one of the best she is going to go down as one of the best point guards to ever play the game. She leads the charge, and I think that that's very important because she's seasoned. She understands her teammates. She's going to control the game. Then they have Candace Parker, who needs no introduction. Candace Parker is the only player to ever be MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same year who does that. So we know that there's talent there. I don't know who to go with the last one as far as the big three because they have so many weapons, but I'm going to go with KFC, Kalia freaking Copper. Shouts to Coach Carolyn Peck because that's who brought that name to the fold. But I'm going to say KFC because, listen, she let everyone know I'm here. Okay. She let them know I'm here last year and she's still here and she didn't go nowhere. So I would say the big three would be that group. But now I feel weird, Snooka Booka, because I still didn't say Emma Meeseman. So it's like, yeah. So when you say
wild cards, those are the wild cards.
Exactly. So when we're talking about a big three, I mean, Emma Meeseman has to be honorable mention. I'll just say that. Honorable mention is Emma Meeseman. And then we got Vegas. And Vegas is like wealthy in talent. And when I say wealthy in talent, what I mean by that is imagine having 3 number 1 picks in the starting lineup. 3 number 1 picks. Let me break down those 3 since you're asking about my big 3. Kelsey Plum, who's the point guard, and I can't wait to see that matchup with Plum and Vandersloot. Then we have Asia Wilson, who's MVP caliber, as everybody knows. I think that she's going to be one of those generational players. Last but not least, as far as number 1 picks are concerned, Jackie Young, people, she's up for most improved. She's up for most everything. All-star this year, just took her game to the next level. So as you can see, that's a lot of talent right there. I mean, just sitting there for the picking. So I don't know. It's hard to pick the matchups and who's going to have the better matchup because I think both teams are so talented and so different in the way that they're talented that it's going to be interesting to see. But I like your question, Snooka Booka. Come on, big 3. What y'all got? Who's next?
Okay, so Renee, I've always liked the point guard
Come
position.
on, big guard.
I was considered big. Not really.
Big.
Not really. But big. So I was considered a big, but I've watched you your entire career, and basically we all know a point guard can make or break a team. So, both of these teams have 2-star point guards. So how much do you think the point guards will control the teams?
Linda, come on, Cole with the big guard. So Cole is the height is debatable if you follow the show. We don't know how tall Cole is, but Cole is about.
I know how tall she is.
How tall is she, Snook?
She's 5'9".
Oh,
and a
my
half.
goodness.
Okay, so Cole is 5'9.5", and you just heard her say that she had to play post a lot in her career. Clearly, that's big guard size, and that's not even a big guard, honestly. So that's small guard size in the WNBA now. But Cole, I like the question because you know I love a good point guard, and both of these teams have A1 exceptionally good point guards. I'm gonna start with Vegas this time, and Kelsey Plum voted player one by her peers on the All-Star game, which means that they thought that she was one of the best guards in the league. The best guard in the league is from her peers. And I think the way she's been playing, man, she's been playing confidently, which she always does. But now with the new coach, Becky Hammond, reworking just, I would say, roles. She's on fire. I feel like she's been empowered in a sense because it's like she knows her role. She knows the shot she's supposed to take. She knows she's allowed to be aggressive. She got that green light and she's letting it fly. And I think that not only letting it fly, but her aggressiveness and how she pushes. Yes, Snook. Okay. Her aggressiveness and how she pushes the pace and her energy, I think that that's going to be huge because I think that she keeps Vegas up and down, run and gun style. But then there's Sluty on the other end who's very similar, but I feel like Sluty is more of a pass-first point guard. I don't feel like I know she is. Slutty's more of a pass-first point guard, and so she's going to make sure that everybody's set up and make sure her teammates get rolling, her teammates get going. She's also going to hit some shots, though, because, listen, we just saw Courtney Vandersloot hit not one, but 2 game winners in case. So nice she had to do it twice, okay? So, I don't know. It's just going to be interesting because you have more of a pass-first point guard going against almost a shoot-first point guard. Who's going to control the game more? You know, I honestly think it's going to be Kelsey Plum because she can just do damage in a sense of her scoring. And we all know it's about who scores the most. It's a offense always wins in a sense of if good defense and good offense collide, good offense always beats good defense. So I think that Kelsey Plum may be able to control the game more if she's aggressive and she's hitting her shots. But again, Sluty can always be knocking on the door of a double-double, triple-double in points and assists. So it's like, listen, I don't know if I have an answer for you, but I hope that I explained enough that the point guards will control the game. They always have controlled the game. And in this particular Commissioner's Cup game, there's 2, I can't emphasize this enough, great point guards going head-to-head. So for me, this is like a treat. I can't wait. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know who's necessarily going to control the game more. Maybe Kelsey Plum, because of her scoring, is going to draw more attention. But I think both point guards are going to control that game, man. I don't know. I think so.
And
every time I hear,
that's why they play the game.
exactly.
That's why they play the game. You don't know.
Every time I hear Kelsey Plum, I always think of that TikTok that the Aces did when she was like, "Hi, I'm Kelsey Plum, and I think that every play should be for me." I think that was so funny.
That was so funny. I forgot about that.
That was every time. I can't get that out of my head. But, you know,
hilarious.
with that being said, you have the top teams in the East and the West. Do you think that the winner of the Commissioner's Cup could end up being the WNBA champion as well?
No, that's a good question. I feel like, yes, I do. I feel like one of those teams or even both of them might be in the WNBA finals. I mean, look at how the season has gone leading up to this. Both of those teams have been the number 1 and 2 team, alternating. Like I said, they battling it out at the top. One week it might be Vegas. The next week it might be Chicago. There's usually a 1 game difference or less. So I honestly think that these 2 teams have the ability to be in the finals. Like we might see this same matchup in the finals, which if we do, like I said, what a treat for me because it's a point guard dream to watch both of them. But I also think too, I don't want people being mad. Like, what you mean they might be in the WNBA finals? Look, I know that the top 5 teams are all stacked and talented. I know that the Seattle Storm are looking for vengeance in a sense of they got his Sue Birds last year. Tina Charles just got added to that team. They already, speaking of number 1 picks, I told you Vegas has 3 in their starting lineup. Oh, by the way, so does Seattle. So this is a wealthy at the top. Like when I talk about the haves, I'm not going to say the have-nots, but the haves is at the top and they are stacked. So while those teams, yes, to answer your question, I do think that both of those teams have a high possibility of being the WNBA champion. I think they have a high possibility of being in the WNBA finals. However, I don't want the Connecticut Sun looking at me crazy. I don't want DC looking at me crazy like, yo, what's up?
And you gonna leave us a dream
I don't want the Atlanta Dream looking at you crazy.
I'm looking at you crazy. Crazy Atlanta Dream in there. See, that's what I'm looking
to be one of the Cinderellas this year. I'm just saying.
I'm looking crazy.
Boom. And speaking of that, you brought up a good point. We could be a Cinderella because the Atlanta Dream. So the squad is like, what's up with the Atlanta Dream? We've been at the top of the, so there's the top six. There's the top 6 teams, and the Atlanta Dream has been in that top 6 for a lot of the season. And so they're like, wait, what's up? Why are you hating on number 6? Because as we know, Chicago Sky was number 6 for a lot of the season and going into the playoffs and made their run to win it last year. So number 6 ain't so bad. Which I'm just saying the top 6 ain't bad. Anybody from the top 6 can make it. The Storm, Chicago,
we're coming,
Washington,
we're coming.
Phoenix,
Don't sleep
all
on the
of
dream.
them, Vegas, all of them. The Atlanta Dream. That's what I'm saying. The WNBA. It's any woman's game. But yeah, I think that they do have a chance to be in the finals. If I had to pick, I think that those 2 teams really might be our WNBA finals matchup as well. So this game could actually show a lot. This game could actually show a lot. I really do think so.
I think Snook disagrees with you.
Oh, so Snook, is that what I was like, what's going on? Why is she doing that? Oh, she's giving me the hum. Okay,
Yeah,
so
she gave you the
listen.
hum. She gave you the hum.
Let's just get away from that. I digress. I don't know. Everybody starts to get antsy when you talk about the WNBA champions, but let me riddle
early
me
to
this.
tell.
It's too early to tell, but I do
It
think that
is.
both those teams have a good chance to that point. But I want to get some picks now, all right? The Commissioner's Cup is coming up July 26th. We know that, but we want to know who y'all think is going to win the game. We got Chicago Sky against the Las Vegas Aces. Sound off with your picks. Who we got, Cole?
I think that Chicago knows how to win. They've been there before.
Boom.
And so
Chicago
I'm
knows
going
how
to
to
go
win.
with
She's
Chicago.
saying they are the reigning WNBA champions. So she says that they...
Yes.
All right.
Once you know how to win, you know how to win. So
who's up next? Well, we got the picks. Let's go.
Okay, well, I'm going with Vegas.
Oh.
I'm going with Vegas. I just think bottom to the top and top to the bottom, I think they got the best team.
So Snook said talent wins, and Vegas has been knocking on the door for a long time when it comes to even winning a championship. We know the talent is there. She's saying it's their year this year for the Commissioner's Cup.
And I'm pushing for one of the first-year coaches to win. That means it's either Becky Hammond or Tunisia Wright. One or the other.
She's talking about now she's done flipped back to the WNBA championship.
Dream fan for life.
I'm sorry, guys. Keep up. Serena, we got one in the Commissioner's
Oh,
Cup.
I forgot. We're talking about
Man,
the
I don't know.
championship.
I'm a little torn because I want to go with Snook. I really want the Aces to win because I feel like I want Asia Wilson to win a championship, But I feel like I agree with Cole. I feel like Chicago, man, they're the reigning champs. I really do think that they could probably take it home again this year. So I'm going with Chicago just because they have a lot of momentum. They're just coming off the All-Star game. It was in Chicago. That's a lot of hype around the team, a lot of momentum. So I think that all that momentum is going to give them, an extra push.
Okay, so we got 2 for Chicago. Snook is for Vegas, and I think we're going to split it down the middle then because I think that Vegas is going. I don't know. It's so hard. Like for all the reasons that I just said, it's so hard to pick who I think is going to win because I think they're so evenly matched that it's just going to depend on who's making more shots that day and who's not. So yeah, these are super teams we're talking about here, and the super team that I'm going with for the Commissioner's Cup is going to be the Las Vegas Aces. I just feel like when the money reside, where the money reside. I don't know. I feel like Kelsey Plum is hungry. I feel like Asia Wilson is hungry. Not to say that the Chicago Sky isn't, but the way that they've been playing this year, the way that they've been beating people this year, the margin of victory that they've had this year, it's been dominant. So I'm just going to go with the Las Vegas Aces,
Hey, I like
which
that,
I guess they could be the bases, but the Las Vegas Aces, I'm rolling with them. So I guess we're going to have some little trash talking after this.
Is it too late? Is it too late to switch? Because I feel
It's too late to apologize.
Every time Renee has a good track record with picking who the champions are going to be. So I don't know.
Just come over here.
Now
on
that
our
Renee
picks.
said the Aces, I'm thinking I might change my answer a little bit.
No, y'all stay
listen, I don't mind. I could be staying alone. Oh no, I could be staying alone. I could be staying alone. I could be staying alone.
This
Oh
is
no,
pure
I could be staying
speculation.
alone.
This
I'm
is
not
pure
afraid. I'm not
speculation.
scared. I'm
just-
just scared.
This is just our humble opinions. Sam, you are not going to be allowed to jump the fence. So it is going to be Serena and
You've
Cole
already
are
placed your bet. You've
Listen,
already
it's like the
placed
roulette
your
table.
bet.
We have already done this. Can't nobody else put no more bets. No more bets can be placed. But we're not betting. We don't bet on the game. We're just saying this is our pick. I think that the Las Vegas Aces, Snook thinks the Las Vegas Aces, Serena and Cole are rolling with the Chicago Sky. May the odds be ever in their favors.